welcome to this episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the lands where this conversation took place. Land which was never ceded, land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past and present and to any First Nations people listening today. When I first asked Daniel Migliaccio at Studio Amaro for a chat, he politely declined. Not one for the media spotlight, he said. But persistence pays off. And second time lucky, I found myself at Studio Amaro with a chef who's been quietly steering the ship across the Commune Group kitchens for nearly 7 years. From teenage dishwasher in Ferntree Gully to Grossi-trained pasta guy to Hanoi Hannah's head chef and beyond, Daniel's journey is less about chasing fame and more about feeding people well, mentoring his crew, and yes, finding strange joy in spreadsheets. Hi, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Yeah, nice to see you.
Same to you.
I think I met you maybe
at the launch.
Yeah.
And I avoided you. no. I avoided your first request.
That's right, you did, and now I've trapped you into it. So good.
Do you want to join us in the corner there?
Yeah, sounds good, thank you.
You want a drink or coffee or something?
Just a water would be great, thank you.
Something to eat?
No, I'm all right.
You good
thank you.
today?
Yeah, thank you. I drove out to the Dandenongs this morning to talk to Che at
yeah, nice.
yeah, well,
I grew up
it was
over
actually, did you? It's so beautiful.
Like just that Ferntree Gully, but yeah.
Oh, it's just, we actually thought we might buy out there, and when we were looking to buy a house, but it was during lockdown times, and so it was really easy to drive out there. And I'm like, I don't know what everyone's talking about. But I'm a full-time teacher, so
right.
like the reality was like, yeah, but it is beautiful.
High school primary.
High school. So I teach French.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And my wife's a teacher.
Oh, is she?
Assistant principal at primary.
Oh goodness. Okay, that's
A little bit, a little bit different lives.
Yeah, that's right. And you live out Sunshine Way, do you?
Yeah, St Albans. So.
Oh, St Albans. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. What a great place to live.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So much good
really
food.
multicultural there.
Yeah.
She's Maltese, so there's a lot of Maltese up there.
Is that right?
Yeah, and a lot of Vietnamese, obviously.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We just go out for a good cheap feed.
So there's Maltese food out there.
Not so much the food, but there's a lot of Maltese population.
Oh yeah. Okay, they probably cook at home, Maltese people.
Yeah.
My grandparents were there in the 50s in Malta. Like they're from England, but like post-war kind of expat community there, and it was their favourite time of their lives.
Yeah.
You know, they're not here anymore, but they just always were trying to seek that experience of the warmth and the community and the...
Yeah, it's very island life, right?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if the Maltese thought it was so great having
they're all over
British people, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Then they all moved, yeah. Hilarious. All right, well, let's make a start.
Yeah, let's do this.
Thanks for your time, Daniel, and for agreeing this time around to talk to me. I think hopefully I'm not so scary.
I'm not the media type person. I just like...
No, but chefs often aren't, and often these days you are asked to speak to us, and I so I do appreciate that it's not your number one thing to do. But you've had a leading role in a number of commune restaurants.
Yeah, I've been almost coming up 7 years now. Actually started at Neptune 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. With a friend of mine, and then met Anthony, our executive chef, and they were ramping up for the tennis. They were doing the big Beijing Betty at the tennis in 2018?
Yeah.
2019. So he was kind of rounding up the troops to try and get people to come with that, and I stupidly agreed. No, it was good fun. So yeah, we did Beijing Betty there, and we were doing hectic weeks. Really fun experience. I haven't done anything that kind of big. I've done big functions, but not for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, and so you hadn't met Hanoi Hannah at that stage?
No, so that was pre-Hanoi Hannah. So Anthony was the executive chef of Commune.
Yeah.
So after we did Beijing Betty, he pulled me over to Hanoi Hannah in Elsternwick.
Yeah.
And they were across the road at the old site at the train station at the time. But they were currently building the new site that they're at now. So he pulled me over as a sous chef there, and then once we got into the new joint, we became head chef there and just kind of shot off. Yeah.
Had you had much experience with Asian food before then?
No, I was working with a friend at so called St. Cloud in Hawthorne, Frankie fam. So Frankie and I are good friends. Just helping him out heaps there. And so at the time I was kind of working Neptune, St. Cloud and another cafe, just trying to get back on my feet a little bit.
Yeah.
Just doing long hours, and it's kind of the most, apart from eating it, the most exposure I've ended up cooking.
Yeah.
It's all sort of pretty basic. It was a very strict menu to kind of adhere to, so
Yeah.
I think what the forethought of it was like more about training to be more of a operational chef than cooking Asian food and leading the charge on that.
Okay. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, right. In Hanoi Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So more. So when you say an operational manager, that's about bringing people on board and making sure there's consistency and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then just kind of focusing on the boring stuff, the cogs and the labour costs and
Okay.
that kind of stuff. Making
Yeah.
a profitable business, I
Yeah.
suppose, more than just doing food for fun and
Yeah.
whatever other chefs kind of strive for, making a name for themselves through the food. I'm kind of good with the numbers sort of stuff.
Okay,
so,
alright, yeah.
kind of enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, there's
Different side of cooking,
that's
I
right.
suppose,
It is
yeah.
a different side of cooking. Yeah. How did you get into cooking in the first place?
Back when I was 14, coming 24 years now, my parents in Ferntree Gully used to have a party shop in Mountain Gate there. And then next door was a rural average cafe, Montagna Cafe. I think it's still there. Always cooked with mum, nonna. Food's a part of our life being Italian, I suppose.
Yeah, right.
Just kind of fell into it naturally, I suppose. And then wasn't the brightest kid in school. Didn't really appeal to me as much as I was kind of a book nerd at the same time. I think the cooking kind of interests me a lot, so probably illegally got a job there when I was 13, 14,
Wow.
washing dishes.
Yeah.
And then it just felt at home, I suppose. It was
Yeah.
felt natural to me.
Yeah.
I started wagging school and going to learn how to cook, and there were some really good chefs there. It just kind of grew from that. And then going into year 11, they're doing the vet course with hospitality, but kind of skipped that because I was already working in the kitchen already.
Okay. Yeah.
So kind of just excelled that really quickly, and then kind of fluffed out of school a little bit and just stayed in cooking. Yeah.
So I was just talking to someone the other day, actually Adam Sanderson at Maison Batave, and we were saying that, because I feel like you can be drawn to the adrenaline, you can be drawn to the fun of the kitchen, but you still have to have the skills, right?
Yeah.
And that technique.
Look,
And
I
not
wasn't very good at
everyone-
the start.
No, but you stayed in there, and I just think, so when you were first learning, so you were doing dishes, and then I guess you jumped into the kitchen.
Yeah, there's always dishes, and they always, as we all do, try and get them to do little jobs for us all the time, and then
Yeah.
kind of that responsibility starts to grow, right?
Yeah.
And then they start, you're in charge of this now while doing that, and there's extra jobs on top of you, and
Yeah.
and just kind of took that on board and go home and start buying cookbooks and
Yeah, okay, so that's interesting,
Yeah.
And were you drawn to, would you focus on Italian food at that stage, or was it...
No, so that was real cafe sort of basic
Okay.
stuff, which was good. Like I said, we had some really good chefs and the basics really well. And then kind of grew out of that and moved on to Sapore in St Kilda. So that was early 2000s. And then, that's where sort of my Italian cooking sort of started to grow. Again, lots of great chefs came through there, and they sold... I was there during the period when they sold to Greg and Kim at the time. And Greg Feck, as you would know,
Yes.
amazing Italian chef.
Yes.
So worked with him for a little bit there, and then just as apprentices do, and just wandered off, and I started at Grossi's, I think was next.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I went over to Grossi's in the third year. My apprenticeship kind of got stuffed around a little bit, so I was kind of in limbo with my end of years, never kind of finished. And early 20s went over to Grossi's. So started upstairs. That was like a whole different world again. Like it was like a leveling up constantly with the skills and the produce that we were using, and even just the equipment and the caliber of people you're working with.
Yeah.
All like, it's a lot. Lots to absorb. And
was it a welcoming team, or did you have to
no, definitely.
prove yourself? Oh, no, okay. That's good. Yeah, nice.
As much as it was welcome, definitely had to prove yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you have to What do you have to prove when you walk into a place like that?
You just got to prove hard work.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard place to work in terms of they've got a lot going on. There's people coming in and out, and it's a high caliber of food. You've got to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
I suppose that's what you've got to prove, and your attitude.
Yeah.
Probably the big one, right?
Do you start off in a certain section there? Do you work around sections, or
So I started off in the larder, as you do.
Yeah.
Moved around to the pasta and the veg section that they had at the time. Eventually got to move down to downstairs cellar bar, and I got to run that by myself on Mondays. Moved up to that pretty quickly, and then didn't work much in the grill, but every now and then.
Yeah.
And just kind of floated up and down and around. Yeah.
How long were you at Grossi?
I want to say 3 years.
Yeah, okay. It's great. So there must be something about this group that you're with now that you've hung around so long. Is that the opportunities that it's given you, or?
I think it's a combination of age and stability in life. They, during COVID, were phenomenal in looking after us. They really put us first.
Yeah.
There's always the staff first, keep us employed. Also trying to feed people during those times. But yeah, Anthony's an amazing mentor and a best friend now. And just the way they operate, they're always just challenging, quick to pivot with the seasons and the social economics around the world that's happening with restaurants, you know. And we're just a very tight-knit group. We all work together on a problem. I suppose it's not always just being told what to do.
Yeah.
Being given a bit of autonomy to come up with problems, and they always listen to you. So yeah.
Yeah. And what's on the menu here now? It's a changing season now, is it?
Changing, yeah. So we obviously focus on a lot of antipasto is our styles. We always think of it as like a Sunday Italian lunch with your family, as I always say it. So lots of small plates fast. We make all our own handmade pasta, extruded downstairs. And we've got a wood fire grill that we chuck a couple of options on, but we quickly found the crowd around here doesn't take to it as much.
Oh.
Yeah, they love their small plates and pastas a lot, so we just kind of focus on that.
Yeah.
And then a couple of little fun pastries that we do now. At the moment, we're just in the middle of a change. Nothing exciting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just kind of keeping, cost of living affordable for everyone, and trying to find a middle ground to keep it at that sort of stage. So not using kind of high-end ingredients,
Yeah.
just keeping that real middle ground. I think that's where it's a little bit more fun, and it's actually kind of harder to execute.
And is that what you like? That
Yeah, I
challenge?
think the challenge of finding that balance of making the business money
Yeah.
and producing good food is,
Yeah.
you know.
And are you still in the kitchen?
Yeah,
or-
I'm in there.
Yeah.
So we do a 4-day roster here. Guys work 48 hours. And I'm here Wednesday to Saturday on the line every day. Try and knock out some admin stuff in the morning, and then just hang out with the guys all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's good. So is that your style of leadership, to be alongside?
Yeah, just be a side lead by example.
Yeah.
You can do all the admin stuff you want, but if you're not there and present, then there's no, for me, yeah, that's my style. Just
Yeah.
be with them, be one of them, clean up with them every day. And
Yeah. It's great. And I think, and it sounds like you have a really good handle on the admin, but it might be a bit joyless if it was only that,
Yeah.
If the industry's
I
about
find
food.
joy in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
But I just like to knock it out quick. I don't like being on it
Yeah.
too long.
It's great, though. What a
Yeah.
nice variety to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a real important core part of the business, so you need to...
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an open kitchen.
Yeah, it is an open kitchen.
Is that easy for everybody to adapt to? I guess you can't yell out, or...
I think because we're Italian, we're a loud kitchen. We always focus on loud energy as well, so we kind of bounce off that.
Yes.
And it's a loud restaurant as well, so it kind of filters out a little bit.
Okay. So I feel like it's quite long, but narrowish, isn't it? So it's a bit of choreography that has to happen. You've got to be aware of each other.
On Friday and Saturday night, we do the pass from the front and kind of yelling out orders to
Yeah.
adds a bit of theatre to the dining room.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah. But then during the week, we're just on the other side.
Yeah.
You kind of forget people are there. It's like a screen goes up.
Yeah.
An invisible screen.
Yeah.
You forget people are there sometimes.
They probably forget you're there. You know?
Yeah.
We're just all about ourselves, aren't we? Our own theatre, yeah. And I read, maybe it was in the Mount Zero Olives thing, which was maybe from a couple of years ago, you said about having a child and a new business that you were striving every day to be a better father and a better chef. What does it mean for you to be a better chef?
So, you know, chefs put everything, always 110%, I think, into their job and what they do. And when we opened this, I actually had her a month before we opened.
That seems to happen so often for chefs.
And I think it kind of just teaches you to slow down. It's a hard one because you kind of want to be there to support your wife, but you got a new restaurant that you're trying to do 90 hours and then go home and take over shifts for them. And
of course.
Finding that balance was really cool, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean now? Just a little bit more present. To like come in, set up the guys, make sure they're all right. Not take a step back and let it go. Just sort of give more autonomy to your next level of senior chefs to take over control.
And I think that's a good call. Being like, to be present means that you're not doing all of that casual whatever. You know, you've got two sides of you've got like home life and work life and both need your presence. So. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. And is your little one, is she eating things yet?
She eats everything.
Oh,
she's
great.
amazing.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
So we kind of threw everything at her while we could, and
yeah.
We thought she had a bit of a tomato and eggplant allergy at the start, which was shocking. We didn't know how to handle that at the start, but I think it's just when they're new, introducing foods, they kind of rash up a bit.
Yeah.
I kind of freaked out for a little bit. Like, we can't not eat tomato. And
no.
It's like our life.
That's right. And what part of Italy are your family from?
So Dad's from Naples.
Yeah.
Mum's from Abruzzo. But I suppose I tend to take over more of Dad's side and Neapolitan sort of cooking. I like that southern sort of style of food. Mum came over quite when she was quite young, so we didn't really get a lot of the Abruzzo kind of food. I suppose the difference was between the families was Mum's side were kind of farmers, and they used to do a lot of hunting and stuff, so everyone were young coming home and they kind of had a small farm and they were hunting and killing chickens and bringing home dead rabbits and kind of just felt normal to us, I suppose.
Yeah, wow.
Eating kind of farm to table, air quotes.
Yes, yeah, it was just like normal food.
It's just like, so they used to grow everything quite furiously, but Dad's side was more like cooking pastries and sweets, and Neapolitans kind of do a lot more festive kind of foods.
Yeah, that checks out. I just spoke to Mariano, who was at 400 Gradi, and he's gone out on his own catering, and not only does he make pizzas, he's doing cannoli and a silent disco. So that, now that you've said that, it's like that makes total sense. And do you still look at cookbooks?
Yeah, I'm always buying every week, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to put them at the moment.
I was going to say,
it's come off the shelves and there's big stacks on the floor now.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I still enjoy it.
It's nice to look through. I always feel like I always love buying cookbooks as well. And do I actually ever make any of the recipes? Hardly ever. But I think it's beautiful to look through and get the stories.
Great. And if ever, God forbid, my daughter wants to be a chef one day, and she's got the biggest head start for her. So, yeah. That's
amazing. And, well, I guess then with all that in mind and your various experiences, what would your advice be to a young person starting out as a chef, or your daughter, should she become a chef?
Stick to it. I think a lot of the advice is, you switch up every year and go and absorb. We're in the golden age of being a chef at the moment. You've got the internet, you've got Instagram, it's in your face, YouTube videos, there's thousands of cookbooks that you can draw from. Stick it out at somewhere, find somewhere good and stick it out and learn the harder stuff, learn the operations of the kitchen. Anyone can learn to cook, right? And you've got all that at your fingertips.
Yeah.
But learn the operations. A lot of places aren't willing to teach it as much as they used to, and I think that's really a core part of being a chef nowadays. Learn how to operate and food cogs and learn the boring stuff. Stick it out a little bit, and then once you feel comfortable that you've learnt what you can from that place, then move on and find your niche that you want to cook, and then follow that path. I think is my advice. Yeah.
And is there anything else you'd rather be, or are you happy with your choice?
Not sure yet. I've had a thought, maybe stay in food service, but rather be, I like sciencey stuff, so
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
maybe down that route. Could be a health inspector.
Wreak fear into the lives of people for sure. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Daniel Migliaccio at Studio Amaro. You can check out all the goodness on Instagram at studio.amaro, A-M-A-R-O. If you'd like to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm also on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. What's good about that is that I post every time there's a new story. You can read the chat online at www.conversationwithachef.com, and of course you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. I would love it if you'd told a friend about my chats, because that's still the best way to get the stories out there. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appetit.